Government insiders hint the triple lock that increases state pension payments will be kept at the election. Jeremy Hunt promised to protect pensioners in his plans for sweeping reforms to end the unfair, double taxation of workers. The Chancellor insisted his intention to end national insurance would be done without harming retirees after Labour claimed it would mean the end of the state pension. Mr. Hunt made the vow as insiders suggested the triple lock that increases payments will be kept at the election. He told the Daily Express, "Since the autumn, we've put an extra £900 cash back into the average pocket of Express readers through tax cuts while taking 170,000 working families out of paying the high-income child benefit charge altogether. And over the long run we want to do more by scrapping national insurance entirely, bringing an end to the unfairness of paying tax twice on the work you do. Our plan is to do this when it's responsible, without harming pensioners or damaging funding for the NHS and other public services." Shadow Chancellor Rachel Reeves was accused of scaremongering earlier this week after she claimed national insurance contributions fund state pensions and the NHS. But neither is dependent on the tax, and the government can use any cash raised by taxation to meet its spending commitments. Silver Voices director Dennis Reed said that although state pensions are not reliant on the amount of NICs collected by the government, abolishing it could lead to problems. He said, "When national insurance was set up, it was intended to fund the state pension and benefits. It has become muddled up over successive governments. But if there is no national insurance at all, it opens up the doors to means testing of the state pension in future. If everything comes from the taxman, it becomes a benefit rather than the deferred payment it is." Mr. Reed said pensioners must be given a proper deal when the general election is called. On the triple lock, older people want to see a commitment for the whole of the next parliament, he said. A vague manifesto commitment will not be enough. The Chancellor has been concerned in the past about the high cost of the increases in the state pension caused by the triple lock. But since taking over at the Treasury, he has looked at the detail about the significant numbers of pensioners who struggle to make ends meet and is fully committed to the funding formula. A senior Whitehall source pointed to the government's track record on committing to the triple lock when it is considering what will make it into the manifesto. Another insider said they can't see it not being there, after the decision to stick with it through such big increases in the last 2 years. Around 1 in 6 older people live in poverty, according to official figures. The triple lock links state pension increases to the highest of 2.5%, wages rises or inflation. It means payments will rise by 8.5% in April after a big rise in salaries, meaning a hike of £900 for some pensioners. The full basic state pension will rise by £13.30 per week, from £156.20 to £169.50, an extra £691.60 a year, while the full new state pension will rise by £17.35 per week, from £203.85 to £221.20, another £902.20 annually. It follows a 10.1% rise at the start of the current financial year. The triple lock was introduced by the coalition government in 2010 and came into force the following year. It has been applied every year since, except for a temporary suspension in 2022-23 as a result of the pandemic.